This Wing Chun lesson for beginners is going to be an introduction to turning. I'm going to go over some rules real quick, and let's get right into it. Rule number one, go ahead and get set up in your kimima here. And rule number one is you always want to turn on the center of your foot. You don't want to be leaning forward, turning on the ball, or back like this. You're turning, your foot is flat, and you're always turning on the center. That is what turning on the center of your foot looks like. Imagine you got a pin going right through the middle of your foot here, and you're turning right on that pin. Rule number two, always turn one foot at a time. Okay? None of this. It's 1 foot at a time. So if I'm going to be turning to my right, turn 1 foot, then the other foot. Back to center, 1 foot, next foot. Which leads me into rule number three, which is outside foot turns first. So if I'm turning to my right again, outside foot turns first, then inside. Back to center, this is now my outside foot. Okay, that turns first, this comes in second, and there we are, back to our kimima. Going left, again, outside foot first, then inside. Back to center, outside first. Here we are. If you're unfamiliar with the kimima, your feet here should be 60 degrees. And then when you turn, this should be 45 degrees. 60, 45. And this is Jimma. Right? When you're first starting to learn how to turn, don't worry about your hands. There's a lot of extra components that you don't need to worry about. Once you do get a hang of it, you can throw in your guard. Okay? Wusa manso, right? You can throw in your guard here. And if you know your punch, okay, you're going to punch to the direction that you turn. So, here. All right? Turning back to center. Punch with the rear hand. Turning right. Again, punching with the rear hand. Target's now over here. See feet, 45. Coming back to center. This is one drill that you can practice your turning with. A couple tips when you're turning. You want to make sure that you stay sunk while you're turning. This maintains your balance. Okay? If I'm to turn and if I were to turn and stand up and see how my weight my weight and my momentum causes me to go back. Okay? Staying sunk and turning allows me to keep my balance in my center right here underneath me. Another tip, when you turn, think about turning into the target. So if the target is in front of you, say I'm here on my guard again and I want to punch while I'm turning, but I'm punching this way, okay, I'm turning into the target, not away. This is like standing up, right? My momentum and my energy is going away if I turn away from the target. But you turn into the target, all that energy is going in. Right there. Right into the target. And another reason for staying sunk is that it moves your whole body out of the way. See if I can demonstrate this as this being a punch, okay? If I turn and stand up, see, it's just like my lower half is the only part that moved. The top half of my body kind of stayed where it was, right? And I would have got clocked right here. Well, targets would have been on my face, so I still would have got hit. But stay nice and sunk. And I'm going to do a full turn And you see now all this space that I created with a proper turn, right? The fist would have gone right by, and I would have hit them. So that's a quick introduction to Wing Chun turning. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and share it out. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments below. If you're interested in more Wing Chun lessons for beginners, you want to check out the Wing Chun footwork diagram. That's what you see here on the floor. I'll show you how to set that up in that video. You can also go to soundsurvivaltactics.com and download Wing Chun terms. I have a list of all the Wing Chun terms and their definitions that you can download and print out for yourself if you like. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can go check that out. And then I also have a Wing Chun playlist. You can check that out as well. And I'll see you over there.